Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2011 Ford Explorer. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication to be in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, it's meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And I just went this to I just went to take this one to get gas and to the treasurer's office. So far so good, but we'll do an up the hill run around and kind of a couple other things so we can do a little bit more checking out. So here we go. 2011 Ford Escape. Probably the first thing you need to know is it's got a rebuilt title. So at some point it was in an accident and an insurance company said, we're just going to pay you instead of replacing it. And so I'll show you a couple areas where I've noticed some damage, but really it's not that bad. I mean, if you want an absolute perfect car, this isn't for you. But if you can handle a little bit of discoloration, then, stay tuned and we'll kind of check it out. So, body issues on this side, really no rust, dents, dings, anything that I can see right here. These back tires are probably a good 65%. These front the front tires are probably about 40%. And here's the first thing I noticed. You see the fender has these self-drilling screws in here, and this looks like an aftermarket trim piece right here. So I'm guessing that possibly the bumper is an aftermarket, or maybe not even aftermarket, but not the original factory bumper, because you can see on this side you've got the same screws right there. But on the other hand, it could be the regular bumper. I don't know, because it just looks like, well, no, this would be separate. So it looks like that light. I don't even know if my camera's on that or not. It looks like the lens part is busted out. So I don't know. They hit something with the front end. See, there should be a lens right there, and the lens is busted out. There's a potential that this is new, and the only reason I say that is just because it looks really new. Like, it looks like a really pretty black. If it was an 11, we're talking 13 years, I would think that it would have a little bit more fade to it. But that the only reason I'm saying it looks new is the only reason I'm saying that it's probably new is because it looks, it just doesn't have any fade or anything. So, there's a possibility that, it just looks like all that trim is just a matte black, and that very well could be from the factory. So I'm guessing there was some front end something, would be my non-expert opinion. So this is the Limited. It is the 4-wheel drive. It has the, I think that's, yeah, those are automatic doors. And there's the gate thing, so I'll check that on the way out. It does have the third row. Let's see, it's got these buttons. Let's see. And they have an automatic fold. Looks like they also have an automatic stow, which I'm not going to do because we've got the seats here. But then it also has the automatic backup. So that's kind of cool. And let's see if that works. Okay, so the automatic rear hatch works both ways. On this side, again, looks pretty good. All the way up until the fender. Inside, I think my doors are locked, so we'll have to check it on the other side. So here is where I think probably the most of the damage occurred. So I pointed out this fender here. This is a slightly off color of red. And I don't know if that's because of fading, or I don't know if they made, two different colors of red, like, cherry red and apple red. I don't know. So we've got a little bit of damage here on the fender, but that looks like a different fender. So that might even be from, damage from the other car, or, something like that. A little bit of damage here and a little bit of damage here. You could fix that if you wanted to get, looks like you could just replace this fender. If you could find the exact paint code, you could replace that and you'd probably be pretty set. There's this little trim piece missing here, probably snapped off. Again, that's something pretty simple. You could probably get that trim piece and replace that as well. So probably for, I'd say a max of $500, but probably closer to like $200 or $300. You could get the body pieces you needed to put this back to the original factory red. That's my guess. If you wanted it, that way. If you don't mind, then if you're just looking for a good running car, then shoot, just leave it the way it is. But let's see. Let's pop the hood under here. The battery looks kind of corroded, but it started up thus far every single time. Sounds like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it looks like for the most part the hood is where it's supposed to be. On the other side, on the fender, it does look a little bit off, but I don't think it's the hood. I think it's the fender that's the problem. So there's that. I'm gonna get in. Okay, so we've got tan leather. Looks like it's in pretty decent condition. Typical wear. To unlock my doors. Bucket seats up here, so then it's going to seat 6. Looks like it's been cleaned in the back. Up at the front, we've got some driving stuff just from toting around and all of that. We do have a little bit of cosmetic stuff right here. Just the leather is splitting right there. But other than that, that's pretty much all cosmetic wise. So we'll do windows so I can roll up my window. Driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. Rear driver's side window works. We've got a sunroof that also works. And we have, it looks like a double sunroof. Let's see what this... Okay, so that one, probably the sunroof itself does not open. But it's got the... let me just make sure it doesn't. I highly doubt it does. Most of them don't. But it's got the shade, so you can open the shade, so you've got kind of like the panoramic view. So there's that. Okay, so come on, keep closing. Okay, so we have 175,000 miles on here. That fuel light is on. I don't have low fuel. It says I've got 49 miles to empty, but it said I had 50 miles to empty, and then I added $10 of gas, which is, roughly 3 gallons. So I don't know if that will eventually go off or what, but I don't have low fuel. So I don't know what that is doing on. There is an airbag light on. Seatbelt light will go off when I put on my seatbelt. But the airbag light, I don't know the conditions of the accident. It could be related to that. I just don't know. So here we've got the bigger screen. It's connected to my phone. Radio, you can hear that it works. We've got heated seats and air conditioned seats. The lights come on. I'm gonna test and see if the air conditioning seats work, and then I'll check the heated seats. Air conditioning blows very cold, which is super nice because it's hot out today. And then we've got these buttons down here. I know that they've, I don't know how they all work. I know that they've got different things, how your car has traction and different stuff like that. I don't know. There's forest, desert, snow, and hill descent. I don't know. This is just normal, I guess. So I don't know exactly what all that is, but they've got the different modes on there. If you wanted to, have a little bit of fun and go in the sand dunes and stuff like they do in all the commercials. Okay, but anyways, so we're going to go take it for a drive. I'm going to turn down the air just a little bit so I can hear the car. I did notice, and I don't know if you can hear it or not just in the video. Sometimes you can hear things and sometimes you can't. But it does sound like there's a little bit of ball joint noise in the front end. It is kind of light, but I can hear it. So just kind of be aware of that. The ball joints might need some replacement in the next 6 months or so. but it is driving well. And outside of that occasional, you know, the popping, the ball joint noise I hear, I don't hear any other suspension noise. So I think your struts, your CV axles, tie rods, sway rod links, all of that seems like it is just fine. But it's driving smooth. It accelerated up that hill just fine. I'm up at 60. Didn't even really hesitate. I'm gonna set my cruise, and right there I've got my cruise set at 58 miles per hour, so the cruise works. And I mentioned that this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. It's going to be the automatic four-wheel drive. So it's or all-time four-wheel drive, I guess you say it however you want. So it's just going to be in four-wheel drive all the time. Or all-wheel drive. It's not going to have the switching, you know, between two-wheel drive and all of that. Brakes are good and solid, no grinding or vibration. Let's see, I'm gonna turn here. Let's see, left turn signal works, right turn signal works, windshield wipers work, windshield wiper fluid, I can hear the, I turn these off. I can hear the motor going, but there's no fluid coming out. I did not check the fluid, so it's very, very likely that it could be empty, but I can hear the motor running, so I have no reason to believe that the fluid does not work. Let's see, cruise, let's see, do my horn. My horn works. So really, the only bad part that I've noticed, let me turn this dang thing off. The only bad thing I've noticed about this is it's got the rebuilt title, and it's got a little bit of that body damage on the front passenger side. Other than that, everything seems to work. My air conditioned seats are working. I'm gonna just quickly try my heated seats. Let's see, turn my heated seats on, turn that air conditioned seat off. Come on, turn off. This is what I get when I'm trying to drive and do that at the same time. So I'm going to try the heated seats, oh, it's got navigation. Oh, I did notice one thing, and I'm driving, so you won't be able to see it, but when I go in reverse, there is a backup camera on here, but it says backup camera not available, contact a dealer. And so I don't know if, the cameras need recalibrated. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't know if they need recalibrated after the accident, or if something knocked it loose, or I don't know. It just says camera not available. So it does have backup camera functionality, but it does not work at this moment. So I don't know what that requires, but for the most part, it's a really good running vehicle. Has a little bit of body damage, and that's it. That's all I got. Come check it out. Obviously, what I think is not necessarily going to be what you think, but this is kind of a precursor. This is what I got type thing. So if you have any questions, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. And actually, if you're watching this between now and November, Matt is actually the better one to call, because I am stuck in Illinois, because this wonderful bridge over there hiding behind all that stuff is closed. And so I am at home with the little munchkins all day. So Matt's the one to call. 309, what's his phone number? 337-1049. Thanks, guys.